Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Friday. Finally Friday. March 3rd, 2023. People, let's talk, you and me. Yesterday's action here in this stock market was, ridiculous in my view. We got this rally yesterday after Fed President Bostic came out and made a couple of very interesting comments. The first was that according to him, and I spoke about this yesterday, the labor market was going to experience some kind of slowdown. What he's not telling you again, and I just want to cover this briefly, is, and we've discussed this repeatedly as of late, the labor market, we're going to see waves and waves and waves of unemployment. People are going to lose their jobs in droves moving forward here as the Fed continues to destroy the economy. But with regard to the market, again, the freak out here, Fed President Bostic, he kind of made it evident to market participants that the Federal Reserve, regardless of anything, was going to still have the markets back. And that's why the market rallied yesterday. Again, let's look at the driver of this market, the debt market. What's going on right now, people? Pay attention to this stuff. And I know you are, but pay even more attention to it. Global bonds are selling off. What does it mean when global bonds are selling off? That means debt is selling off, and you're seeing yields rise as a reflection of that. And this phenomenon, again, is, since the MMRI crossed 250, this market has been under a lot of pressure. No surprise to you or me. But this phenomenon is not improving. And regardless of the rally we had yesterday, again, think about it. In the last 9 trading days, we've only had two positive days in this market. I can promise you, and you know this already, that if we continue to see instability here in the debt market, bonds selling off, MMRI rising, this market is not going to like it. Sure, we can get bounces like yesterday. It could float out this Fed president and float out Nick the Pig, or float out whoever they want to float out to jawbone this market higher for a day or two. But if this trend continues, okay, well, what else is there to say here, people? The market is going to fall. Now, again, I am not saying a crash is imminent or anything along those lines, but is it possible that we could see a rapid, uncontrolled sell-off here in the debt market, which would cause yields to rise in an uncontrolled fashion, and the MMRI, shoot to the moon in a matter of a day or two? Absolutely. And what do you think, people, is going to happen to the stock market? Look, everyone's fixated on this stock market, and I get that. People have their money in the market, but the real issue here is what's happening to the global economy. And not even so much that, what's happened to the people. The people of the world are being destroyed by design. Fed President Waller yesterday explaining, oh yeah, the Federal Reserve, they're being very successful in slowing the economy. But what does it mean? What does it mean for you, people, me? It means we're in a lot of trouble here moving forward. They're not done. They're not done by a long shot. What are they doing? Creating dependency on the system. This whole charade, people, that's been going on since they started raising rates has been nothing but a farce. And it gets under my skin so deeply, maybe you have an idea of what I'm talking about. It drives me crazy here. It was never meant to work, raising rates, and it's just nonsense here. In fact, I'll just bring it up. Michael Pinto and I were talking about this just yesterday. We are exactly on the same page with this here. We're going to continue to see inflation surge higher, It's not going to stop. Report after report after report, their own data is telling us that inflation is raging higher. It's got no end in sight. And they can sit there and they can try to lie to us and twist our brain and say, oh yeah, the Fed and ECB, they're raising rates. It's going to work. People, we've been sold a lie from the get-go, and there's no accountability. No one was held to account for transitory, temporary, 10 times of peaking, which it has never peaked, sticky, and whatever the hell we're in now. And that's the issue here. Again, there's no accountability anymore. There literally was a time when people were held to account. No such thing anymore. All these propaganda ministries do is lie, lie, and lie, and they make exorbitant amounts of money off of lying to the people. I mean, this is just the way it is. And I think we all know that here. I was just writing a few things down here this morning. So off the top of my list here, the number one thing I wrote is global bonds are selling off. That means the debt market is selling off. The debt market is selling off because it's the most monumental fake part of this market. It's not real. None of it is real, okay? This whole thing is not on the elemental chart at all. And the debt market itself, being that it's insolvent, is extremely unstable, and people are maybe running for the hills right now to get out. This really could be, right now, what we're witnessing, the opening salvos of something much, much bigger. It's very possible here, and as you can see, it's hitting global equity markets as people are struggling to get by, with here in the United States, 60% of it, and this is a global phenomenon. It's probably worse maybe in other parts of the world. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm just saying here in the United States, you got 60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, meaning if they lose one or two paychecks, they become homeless. You understand? This process is going to get a lot worse. What did we hear yesterday from the CEO of Kroger saying people are acting like they're in recession and the food inflation is hurting consumers? I mean, it's everywhere. It's everywhere you want to look. Anyway, and the other issue is, and this is the second thing I wrote down this morning, was the disconnect in the market continues to get worse. The gap here between where the stock market is and where the economy is getting wider and wider and wider and wider and wider. It's off the scale. All right. I've shown you this for years. This is exactly how it's been playing out here. You know that. And with the fact that central banks here, again, are just deliberately destroying the purchasing power of their currency faster, you think this has anywhere to go but worse? Of course not. What are you going to do about it? People, I'm just not sitting here talking. You're going to continue to do what we've been doing since day one. Bet against the debt, become your own central bank here, getting prepared for a worst case scenario. Prepare for a worst case scenario to unfold. Wars, expanding wars, more war, death, suffering. This is where it's going. All right. And it's everywhere you want to look. Anyway, as I am doing this video blog, I looked at the MMRI. It was 259.7. Okay, I can promise you the market doesn't like it here. I don't care what happens, how they jawbone this market like Bostic yesterday. Oh, don't worry, the Fed's going to have the markets back. That's all they care about. It's all about the market. It's not about what it's doing to regular people. Again, where's the outcry from our politicians? Nowhere. Why? You have no representation. At all, zero. What else did you expect here? Stock futures this morning are higher. Okay, trading doesn't start for about 37 minutes from the time I am doing this video blog. Stock futures are higher. Lovely. We'll see how that plays out. But again, the 10-year yield, 4%. You got this issue of relative strength in the dollar, which is not going to stop. I think it's actually lower this morning, which did bring the MMRI slightly down. Crude oil is lower this morning. Cryptocurrencies are getting hit pretty good. Gold and silver are catching a bid. That's where we stand right now, people. Okay, understanding the situation. What are you going to do about it? What are you doing about it? Is what I want to know. That's the question of the morning. You and I, every day, we try to decipher the current situation, where we are, where we were. I mean, just look back at the videos I did that I've been doing for the longest time, and you will see it's really following the trajectory that you and I would have expected. I mean, when they throw asinine, excuse me, my nose is running. Catch it. When they throw asinine news at us, for example, yesterday, oh, it's unexpected. It's a shocker that inflation in the Eurozone is outpacing what any financial guy on the propaganda ministry thought it would. No one saw this coming. Oh no, except you and me. We laugh. We laugh because, I mean, we're laughing, but it's a pathetic thing because this is People are suffering. My European friends are suffering. People here in the United States are suffering. People all over the world. But they're trying to convince you, as they always do, that what you're seeing and feeling is not real. It's unbelievable. It really is. What a phenomenon. But what else would you expect in this kind of an environment? Anyway, look, that's it, people. We got this covered. We know what we're doing. But let me just say this one last time. Prepare yourselves. Every way you can think about mentally, physically, spiritually, obviously from a financial standpoint, take the opposite side of this trade. We are in a monstrous bubble right now, and it's this debt hyper bubble. It's gonna burst. And what we're seeing now, and it seems to be accelerating. I mean, look at the MMRI just for an example here. Global debt is selling off. Global debt is selling off. It's selling off for a reason here. And unless central banks intervene, and we haven't seen any intervening other than jawboning by Fed President Bostic and whoever else they want to float out here, who knows? Maybe Nick the Pig will rear his ugly head today. We'll see. You know, Nick the Pig, the Fed whisperer, he whispers. Yeah, he whispers. I'll whisper for you, all right? I'd like to, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say something bad, and it's just going to get me in trouble. All right. Love all of you. Please share this video. Get it out there. I can always appreciate a thumbs up, honestly. I will see all of you later for my live stream, 1:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I love doing the live stream, and I hope to see all of you there. Have questions for me. Okay, Greg, what about this? What about that? And I'll cover as many as I can in the time that we have, okay? I'll see you later.